I would like to have some questions from you, Sahajogis, if possible. But somebody should try to give him. He can get it in no time, realization. ऐसे हाथ रखिएगा इस तरह से. Is there any question? Ask me. Anything practical. Because we have very few new people today, we can just have a very nice chat.
Well, you explained to me about sometimes when people say if you put your legs out like that, it's not good and you should have them underneath. What's wrong? I mean, if it's not a kind of sexual tantalization or something, what's wrong with having your legs just stretching out in front of you?
In front of me. Will you do to the Queen? No. What I'm saying, will you do to the Queen of England? Feet like. Huh?
I don't mean if somebody is there.
Before my photograph. Will you spit at the... No. What I'm saying, if your Queen's photograph is there, will you spit at her?
Is that a spit?
Yes, it is. It is an insult. Putting your feet towards somebody is an insult. It's a common thing.
Is it only a custom in India?
No, it is a custom everywhere in the whole world. You have lost all your traditions. Doesn't mean that there were no such traditions of putting up your feet on somebody. Imagine somebody coming down to see you. Somebody whom you have to respect. You put your feet up. I mean, anybody can understand. Even a child understands this. You see, the sense of our respect has come to us from inside, not from outside. It's not rationality. It has come to us from our unconscious. We know how we respect. Say, somebody would say that, what's wrong in talking like this to someone? You see, supposing somebody says, now you know that even a child knows, if he's talking to elders, he'll put down his head. But here, you see, everybody is so abnormal, you don't know how to do everything, because everything is rationalized, you see. Tomorrow you might say, what's wrong if I stand on my head? I mean, do it. But that's not the way. There are certain normal ways of protocol of praying. How do you pray in the church? Imagine in the church you go and sit with both your feet towards the priest. What will he say? Put down your feet. These things are innate within us. Human beings know already lots of things. They are not animals. They know lots of things already. You don't know how many things are built in you. In a very beautiful way in your understanding as a human being, you know so many things. Nowhere in the world you will find anybody putting up their feet before anyone whom you respect. It's not a sign of respect. There's no question of India or anything. Only thing in India, people have yet preserved all their sense of respect. In other places, they have so rationalized and so ego-oriented that they have no respect for anyone whatsoever.
So you take it only as some respect. Supposing that somebody is sitting alone and they don't have your picture and they don't have anything, but they just like to stretch their legs.
And then it's all right. I mean, you see, it is...
Somebody said that if you just put your legs out, it's creating some bad energy or something. That's why I wanted to check.
No, not that way. Not losing energy. I was just thinking about stressing the feet before somebody whom you respect. Say, my photograph is there or I'm there. Now you respect me, isn't it? Then you would not like to sit with the feet. That's what I'm trying to say. But you see, losing energy and all that is not there at all. Who told you that? That's not, you sleep like that. You don't sleep with the feet on the ground. How can it be? If anybody says that, you should not take it for granted. You see, I think that all this is not so important also. When you sleep, how do you sleep? I mean, it is so simple and natural. You know, this is what's happening with rationality. See, very simple things become so funny that I don't know what to say. That's why I said a horn will be growing from here, all of you intellectuals. We'll be having a big horn coming out. So people will know, all right, we know these people. Nobody will face them. You see, it is so simple. Because they are so complicated, all simple things look so horrid. It's a question of respect. And it's a question of, if you are sleeping, of course you stretch your feet like that, straight, it's all right. While you sit down, you can sit like that. There's no harm. You need not be cross-legged all the time. It's not necessary. If you are doing some sort of a exercise or something, you can be like that. But everything now, say, for example, you have got hands. Now this is for many purposes, all right? It is for taking vibrations. It is for eating. It is for scratching. Now if you are eating, at that time if you want to scratch, now what to do? It's a question like that. See, whatever you have to do, you do at that right time with the way you want to do. If you need your feet for something, running, you should run. When you have to sit down, you should sit down. When you have to sleep, you must sleep. I mean, this is normal. Sahaja does not mean that you should cut your noses. No, it doesn't mean that. It means you have to be more beautiful. It doesn't matter. You see, even if you bend 10 times. But it does matter if you pull back yourself, even once. Doesn't matter. To be humble, to be more humble and more humble, is so sweet and good. You see, makes you more cultured, more harmonious and beautiful.
I have a problem.
What's it?
I've been, in my humble way, devoted myself to the spiritual realization of myself. I adopted meditation. I've been doing it the last number of years. I have realized that state, a certain presence. When I feel myself highly elevated from this material world, a feeling of bliss, absolute peace, happiness, and joy. And I see the spirit which I concentrate upon in a very glorious golden way, in a golden way. That state continues for some time. But it doesn't stay for a long time, for a long number of days. After a short time, again I find, I come down. And this goes like a curve, And when I find that from the high summit I have come down, I feel a little bit disturbed. Why it is happening? And I have found that the more I detach myself from my family, from my work, from my friends, from other things, the lighter I feel, and the greater number of meditation, the greater number of peace I get through the meditation. Now the present stage is this. About 1 year ago, when I would see a beautiful girl, a beautiful lady, I would remain restless perhaps for a week or for 2 days, 3 days or something like that. When I learned about Patanjali's yoga.
What yoga is this? What yoga you are doing?
Now, I'm just saying that now I'm perfectly all right.
What was that you did? What yoga did you do?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not following any yoga as such, but I have studied Patanjali.
Patanjali, all right.
And then when I meditate on that, now the result is this, that attraction which I used to have some time back is eliminated. But still, I do find a struggle within myself to maintain that state of mind, which gives me a lot of bliss. But that moments disappear, and then again I revert to that. That is my personal problem. I think I have tried to be very open.
Yes, that's correct. All right. Now the first thing, where is what chakras are catching? That's it. Now see, to do Patanjali was a mistake in the very beginning. As a mother, I must tell you frankly, all right? Because Patanjali cannot be done unless and until you have some realized guru behind it. If you start doing it, it is unauthorized. See? It is an unauthorized thing to do. Like supposing I'm not say policeman, all right? And I start behaving like a policeman. I'll be arrested. In the same way you did it in an unauthorized way. By doing it in an unauthorized way, you see, you have started in the wrong direction altogether. The direction was wrong. And the bliss and all that you get it is not the bliss that we are talking about. That's a bliss one gets when you see shirk responsibility, you can get it. You see, if you can get out of your family and children and all that, one can feel blissful if he thinks that it is having a sort of a pressure on you or a kind of a attachment or something. But in Sahaja Yoga, what happens is that you become a personality. When you are in the drama, but you are just seeing it, you become a Sakshi. That should happen. That's the reality. That's how it should happen. Once it happens to you, then you will just start seeing the whole thing as a drama. You understand? काय म्हणता? What is he saying? Huh? He is getting. Yes, he is a realized soul. Yes, he got realization. He got it. What about this gentleman? Yeah. In front of you, Marcus? So it should happen in the most natural way, in a spontaneous way. And God has given you that Ankura, which is called as Kundalini, which of course, you know, Kabira and all these people have talked about. But it is a Sahaja method. It just happens to you. With a realized soul only. You cannot do it yourself. If you try to do it, you will be making a mistake. And that's what has happened in you. So now, we have to completely sort of neutralize the effects of that. And then we'll raise your Kundalini, by which you will get your realization, by which gradually you'll get your vibrations, and you'll start understanding. Alright? So you just now forget about that, what you have done it. And it's going to work out. Then it's a permanent thing. What about his vibration, Marcus? Huh? Left or right? You got your realization, is it? I'm asking you. Is it all right? There's a catch on the left, is it? Are you feeling something? You get what? Uh-huh. Anybody who has any problems about chakras? Any one of the surgeries? Kuli, let me have some water. Anybody? So I'll have some water. Anybody who has any problem about their own chakras, please ask me. You see, because next time we'll be having lots of people here and then we won't be able to talk. So better ask me about it. Dinesh, what is your problem? Agya. I can see that clearly from here. You have to forgive people. Do you understand that? Forgive and forgive.